not Mutumba. It has value, and that value is to rescue, to remedy your society. One professor is enough. We don't need so many professors in every village. It's enough to bail us out in terms of ideas, in terms of what we are now. Finally, this is a challenge. You keep on saying that Jaramogi, and I'm wondering, he's not happy while he's sleeping. He's not happy. Why am I saying so? I'm putting it up. This is my appeal to the Great Lakes. I don't know whether you can change this name to Jaramogi Odinga University. Their names, they have meanings. Look at the name of Moses. Look at the name David. All those things had meanings. You can't keep on just singing Jaramogi. What are the values for those Jaramogi? This is my question. You will explain to us what are the values that Jaramogi stood for, including his daughter who is here. Do they stood for big cars? Did they stood for several plots in every town? No, the answer is no. My humble answer is no. They stood for visionary. And who is a visionary? Is somebody who can see, now we are talking about 2030, which is only about 20 years. In my place, I cannot go there, in fact, yearly, because the roads are very poor, and you are telling me that 2030 we shall be reaching that. You know, my sister, just come. Let me ask this as I close. I'm appealing. Professor Egara, it's my first time to see you, and I think I'll take this to my family. Even my children loves you, though, when you are doing that. Please come back to that program. I would like us to define leadership. No, let us just say leadership. What is leadership? So that when we shall become to election 2030 or 2012 for that matter, if those people, let me call them those people from Nairobi, if they will be coming here, then you will be in a position to know that no, this one, no, there's no leader of police in you. This one, yes, this one, no. We need to be equipped that far. What is a leader, or what is leadership, or what is good leadership? My simple definition is that a sheep which is leading others, what are the tools that you need to have? If you are a sheep leading others, what are the tools that you need to have? Is it good education? Is it big cars? Is it big wealth? What do you need to have? Just come as some closing. So this one is for Egara Kabaji. Egara Kabaji, I hope you will define for us what leadership means. Because all these things, they have meaning. So that when we leave this hall, I will be able to know that this one is a leader, this one is not a leader. Without much ado. This should be the essence of this meeting. Please help us from that level. So that when I go home, when I meet that mama who is selling, then I will be able to tell him that, you know, a leader is somebody who stood for A, B, C, D. Not who said A, B, C, D. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
We'll take this opportunity to give a chance to the speaker so that they can respond to some of the issues that are coming from the floor. I don't know where we want to start.
Thank you very much. These are very excellent interactions. That's a very good challenge from there. That where are the professors? Why are they not talking? What has happened to the Kisumu Social Hall? Really, I agree with you. That hall was vibrant with many lectures. I remember as a student leader, I was working with the Christian Students' Council, and we used to have debates in that place. But these have died. In fact, the only thing now you can have is I didn't say it. But that's a challenge. But let me take this one of creating something to remember the late Jaramogi. This is something that we will take back to the Chancellor of the University. It may not be possible to change the name, but there has been very hot debates. For example, there has been a proposal to have a Provincial General Hospital named as Jaramogi Hospital. I know that debate is still going on there. There has been debates that let's have the largest university in this region. And I don't want to say the name, but I can say Masinde. There has been proposal to change the name. So you are not far. But let's have the debate going on, but the name alone is not enough. can we stand for the ideals, the selflessness that we see in Jaramogi Oginga Odinga? Somebody who will take a risk, somebody who will sacrifice. He never grabbed land. In fact, as a young doctor in this region 30 years ago, there was huge land that where Russian hospital was built with staff houses. I remember giving the police just an acre to build there because there was so much hooliganism in that region. But the land was there. He would have grabbed all of it. So he never grabbed land. And we can testify. And go on the hill here, Ramogi Institute of Technology. He was the first one to think of building that on that hill. I know one day it will be a university. But today that's where people are going. And we can mention others. My late father used to tell me how he walked on foot, the late Jaramogi, to come and mobilize people in Rachwonyo, in Karachwonyo. And he comes to visit Jomumbo. That is the people who live in a woman's land. We call it Mumbo Piny Madako. He used to come there because that was the granary of that place. Get potatoes, all this. So he was soliciting money for what he will tell you, the thrift, the Luo thrift. So it is possible. What can we learn from this man? When you are in the university and you are a student leader, what do you do? Somebody said we cannot think of only politicians. But let me tell you, most of the injustices and most of the social amenities are political processes. If you want to get good help, it is a political process. You cannot sit in the office and hope that health equity will come on the table. To access equal opportunity for education is a political decision. That is bottom line. To eradicate hunger in a country is a political decision. But it's not the politics of grabbing that we're talking about. It is the politics that fights for a voice, that promotes democratic space. And I think this is what the late Jaramogi was standing for. So we need to echo that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't want to take a lot of time because some of the comments that are coming through are really educating me, so I just have to take in what is coming through. But first, just want to go back to what Professor Egara mentioned about the study of songs, folklore, and all that. Unfortunately, again, as I said, we definitely have a problem at our universities. All our universities in this region do not have a department for folkloristic studies. And seemingly nobody wants to start a department for folkloristic studies because we are being told that pure science is where to go. And this is of course misleading. And so this is the time to actually start reflecting on actually starting a department that can actually engage these issues that we are talking about. We don't even have a center for study of culture and study of indigenous knowledge, the whole of this region. And again, this is something that universities have to take up. Up to this particular time as we are talking, we don't have a center in any of our universities or any of our institutions of higher learning dedicated to the study of the vision of Jaramogi. Yet in other places, you'll find centers for the study of, say, Nkrumah, centers for the study of all these leaders. But we have not thought about engaging these ideas that Jaramogi had through a center specifically dedicated to the study of the ideas of Jaramogi. And this is critical for us, especially those of us in institutions of higher learning, where a book like this one published by Mr. Odinga can actually become one of the texts that engage the ideas of Odinga. But even more important, we also need to think about the decay that my brother there was talking about in our public universities. Those early years, Tom Mboya would be invited to the University of Nairobi to give a lecture. Where are our public universities? Where? Yes? I was young then, but I have read. They were invited. I said I was only 27 years when Kenya achieved its independence, but you can see, there were 27 days. Yes. Now, think about this. Where are these public lectures? We are busy engaged in trivia, in ethnicity. And this is a condemnation of us, even in public universities. And I'm saying this as a leader. I don't want to buy into the idea that I'm not yet a leader. I am a leader. And why is it that I'm not implementing this? Where are public lectures? And this is something that we have engaged. We have left this to NGOs. And this is a strong indictment of what we are doing at the universities and institutions of higher learning. Secondly, somebody mentioned about young people and that they are not in leadership. My problem is really not that young people are not in leadership. When I survey the parliament, our parliament, and if I want to say that anybody below the age of 49 is relatively young, there are quite a number of people. But what do they bring to the table? It appears to me that they are not imbibing these values that Jaramogi stood for. Instead, they actually joining the team to plunder. And this is the problem. Some of the prominent, those who actually grabbed headlines in this country, look at the headline today, yesterday, the other day, and so on. One of them is actually younger than me, around 43 or 44. But what has he brought to the table? We are only having cases in court of corruption. So these are some of the problems that we are talking about here. And so the younger people are in leadership, but what are they doing? Consider yourself a leader anywhere you are, because you are educated enough. What are you doing to change society from that particular level? Or you're simply engaged in some kind of living that, and so you're simply floating in life. Lastly, I want to say something about the young people. Young people, and some gentleman mentioned something there. Young people have an opportunity to actually change things. But as somebody said, are they informed by knowledge? Are they seeking knowledge? Who are their role models? The role models of the young people now are not the likes of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. They're engaged in, what is it? Sonko is if Sonko is your model, how then can you transform society? It is, these are some of the younger people have to actually start re-examining themselves. If those are the type of models that you have, then you cannot transform society, and you cannot even come closer to what Jaramogi did. And at the same time, look at how they search for knowledge. You are telling me that this book may actually never be read because they are not interested. They are interested in listening to Nameless and Prezo and who else and Wow. You are not interested in actually search for knowledge. Younger people have to get down to search for knowledge and engage with ideas. Otherwise, you cannot transform society. Thank you.
Mine is only to say that I'll only comment that I'm very hopeful that there's hope. There's hope that the society is going to change. It's a process, and the students who are whom we have now, not many are bad. Are misled or are following in the footsteps of people like Sonko. But what I'm saying is that after, during the independence years, those who fought for independence, when independence came to Africa, at that time many did not know what independence really meant. They fought for independence, but when it came, it was a monster. What I'm trying to say here is that many misunderstood